First, you're not sitting there looking in the mirror, disgusted and disappointed with who you've been and the fact that you've repeated this cycle over and over and over again. You can instead be proud of the fact that you took the initiative to change your actions before everyone said it was acceptable to do so. On January 1st, do you want to feel like you have to change your entire life again, or do you want to feel that you can just keep on doing what you're doing?
I will never quit. Because if you quit, you're done. You may still be alive walking around on this earth. You're done. I will never quit. I will persevere and I will thrive on adversity. My team expects me to be physically harder and mentally stronger than our opponents. I hold myself to that standard. I will be physically harder and mentally stronger than anything that comes against me, my family, my business, my brothers, my sisters, my team. I will be the one that is physically harder and mentally stronger, and I will work to maintain that position. You won't beat me.
You're not scared of losing. You're scared of people watching you lose. You're not scared of trying. You're scared of people watching you try. You're not scared to start with nothing. You're scared of people watching you start with nothing. But the truth, no one is watching as closely as you think. And even if they are, their opinions are not predictions of the future, just reflections of their own insecurities. So start now. Fail fast, learn quicker, and keep moving. Their judgment doesn't define you unless you let it.
If you are trying to be successful, you will face failure. In fact, you should seek failure. If you're trying to grow, you're going to have to fail. You're going to have to stumble at the very least, so you can learn and you can reach beyond what you're capable of doing. That's how it works. So instead of trying to deal with failures, see them as a positive. See them as a great thing to be able to do, and take a notebook out, get your notebooks out, write down how you failed, what caused you to fail, how you're going to change it the next time, and then reassess and reattack. Go for it again.
I have this strange, competitive thing inside of me that is very hard to subdue. And I know I've said this to Echelon Front sometimes. I've been like, hey, you know why I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning? Because I can't stop thinking about what we need to do to win.
You know, the best quality in the world that you can develop, and I give it to you because I made it my life's habit. The quality is to develop the quality of being unstoppable. Develop the quality of being unstoppable. Say in yourself that no matter what life throws at me, it'll never stop me. No matter how rough it gets, I will never quit. And nothing will ever stop me. Make the decision that you can be tired, you can be worn out, but nothing is ever going to stop you. That's a wonderful decision, because then no matter what life throws at you, you pick yourself up and you say, okay, give it your best shot, as Fonzie says. Nothing is going to stop you. It's a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful feeling. It's the basis of self-esteem.
I'm just stubborn, man. I just never give up. There's no world where I ever would have quit. When I was 11, I just said, I'm going to be a YouTuber. I'm going to die trying. And I meant it. And so people hate it, but I'm just the most competitive, stubborn person you'll ever meet. And I just never give up.
What have you got to lose?
Exactly. And that was it. And it was like, I have nothing to lose. If everybody who's like at the bottom and feels like they have nothing going for them, reframe that as, I have nothing going for me, which also means that I have nothing to lose by taking action. It makes you a much more dangerous person.
Discipline is art. Yeah, I think it is, because it's beautiful for me to see. When I see someone who's really truly disciplined, who like a David Goggins, someone who just truly maximizes the grind, I feel like there's an art to that.
We ask audiences to identify the qualities of success. They generally come out with about 25 of them. And we identify them, or ask them then to say to us, tell us which of these are attitudes and which are skills. Out of 25, 20 of them are always attitudes.
You can't quit, man. You got to stay with it. There's somebody having it way harder than you, and they didn't give up.
always keep going. There's been times, particularly early in my career, where it just feels like this is the end. But what I've come to find out is that no matter what happens, the storm eventually ends. And when the storm does end, you want to make sure that you're ready.
I had that one viewer, and that viewer made me keep going. And each day and more, week 2, I started averaging 4 viewers. Week 3, 8 viewers. Week 4, 20 viewers. So on and so on and so on. So I streamed every day. I didn't care about nothing else but YouTube, streaming.
Honestly, just keep trying and don't be afraid to fail. I think that's so important. And everyone I've met, by the way, from the people that run businesses that are 10 times bigger than Gymshark, every successful person in sport, in business, whatever, whether they've started a business or not, every single one of them has failed time and time again. And I think then people look at the final product and just assume that they were either this incredible human who was born this way, and it is just never ever the case. More often than not, all the most successful people I've ever met are all winging it. They're all literally just working incredibly hard, and they're just giving it their best shot.
If you don't have the life you want, you can change one of 6 things. Stick to anything daily for an entire year. Move cities. Upgrade romantic partners. Eliminate drinking and booze. Say no to shiny objects, anything that's not what you're currently working on. And you can go to bed every day at 9 p.m. If you don't like where you're at, just try one.
You learn nothing from success. Nothing. You learn everything from the failures. And this is the thing that annoys me about the state that the world is in at the moment, is no one talks about failure anymore. It's like shame. Like failure is shame. And it's like, oh, let's just bury that and not talk about it. No one goes, oh, what do we learn from this? Whereas with success, everyone shouts about it. But there's nothing in success. Success happens from failing hundreds of times.
Quitting is a habit. If you quit the first time you run into difficulties, you'll always quit when the going gets rough. You will, in effect, establish a pattern for failure rather than a pattern for success.
My thing is, I'm going to outwork everybody. I will never be the smartest in the room. I will never be the most talented in the room, but I will outwork everybody in that room. That's what I've learned in life. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to put in the work.
The consistency of work. Monday, get better. Tuesday, get better. Wednesday, get better, right? And you do that over a period of time, not like 1 month or 2 months. I mean, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And then you can get to where you want to go.
I'm not gonna lie and portray this ultimate poise like I've had it figured out. Nah, I just didn't quit. That's the only distinguishing quality from me and probably whoever else going through this or went through this or is gonna go through this, is that I ain't quit. I went through every emotion. I think that what gonna separate whoever's gonna try to go for something is that you ain't gonna quit. You're gonna really take the stance if I'm gonna die behind what I'm getting at right now.
What makes you alive is to grow. And when you grow, you have something to give. And when you give something, it makes your life meaningful. And so I think the people that find a higher meaning, a higher purpose, those are the ones that maximize what they're capable of. And those are the ones that you usually know their name.
Everything that you do counts. The biggest mistake that people make is they think that only what they want to count counts. No. When you read a book, when you listen to an audio program, when you go to a course, when you go to bed early and get up early and you work, it all counts. But when you watch television, waste time, hang out, fool around, and so on, all of that counts as well. And here's an important point. If what you are doing is not moving you towards your goals, then it's probably moving you away from your goals. Nothing is neutral. Everything that you're doing is either moving you toward the things that you want to accomplish in life, the person you want to be, the wealth you want to accumulate, or it's moving you away. Everything counts. The law of accumulation says that everything counts.
The question of the day is, did you get better? Gentlemen, I just thought that. Did you get better today? If you didn't, believe it or not, you wasted a day. No bullshit. And you wasted a day that you never get back. Time is the only thing, that's the only currency that you can't get back. You can get money back. You can get a girl back. You can't get time back.
When I hear the word, oh, this is easy. No. You don't want it to be easy. If it's easy, you ain't working. If it's easy, you're not learning. If it's easy, you're not growing.
There is no excuse for not trying. Where you are right now doesn't have to determine where you'll end up. No one's written your destiny for you. Because here in America, you write your own destiny. You make your own future.
At the end of the day, your superpower is when you are your authentic self. That's your superpower, is when you're you. If I'm going to be like anybody else, it's not going to work. And at the end of the day, if you are your authentic self, that's the 1%. There's 1% of us that don't care about what nobody else say or think about us. We're going to be our authentic self. That's what the 1% is. I'm number one. Why? Just because I'm being myself at all costs.
It's not how you achieve your dreams, it's how you lead your life, and the direction and the routine that you set, and how focused you are on the little things. That's how you achieve everything. You don't focus on the big goal at the end and have all this hope and desire. Like, all that's good. Everybody has that. But it's the ones that strategically put it in place every single day that really figure that out. And honestly, football became so much more fun because I was having so much more success. I wasn't just banking on my athleticism. I was using my mind to open up things and do things on the football field that I had never been able to do.
Probably one of the biggest lessons I've learned about, I guess, mental strength is that, if you lose your focus, you're not present, things start to go the wrong way for you, it's fine. Accept it and then come back. And I think that recovery of how long you stay in that emotion is what differentiates you from maybe others.
Everybody knows you got to pay a price for winning, but most people aren't willing to pay it. They may pay it once, but literally you got to pay it every single day. And the crazy part about that is the price changes daily. Just like the stock market goes up and down, the price of winning changes on a daily basis. And you got to be willing to pay that price, whatever it is on that day.
That ordinary people can do extraordinary things when they're given an opportunity. We sometimes think that our leaders have to have fancy degrees or well-educated.
Develop a workaholic mentality. What does this mean? It means that you start a little earlier, you work a little harder, and you stay a little later. In our society today, you heard all these people talking about take it easy, have balance in your life, relax, lean back, have fun at work, happy, get along with your coworkers. This is loser talk. Loser. Now, there's a time in your life when you can back off. All right? You can take it easy. But that's when you've made it, not before you've made it. Because before you've made it, you're in a competition with hundreds of thousands of millions of other people, like at the Olympics, who also want to make it. And in order for you to win, you are going to have to work harder and work better and work smarter than they do.
This is something that I've actually relied on a little bit myself. Whenever I get to a low point where I think, why do I even bother? I just remind myself, this is where most people stop, and this is why they don't win.
I think the easiest thing in life is to give up on whatever you're focused on or whatever you're hopeful for. The hardest thing is to continue to keep going, but we have to continue to hold on. And I would imagine for so many people out there, that is probably the most difficult thing.
When I look at people's lives and I say, what makes people successful? I love, wickedly smart people. I love intelligence. But you and I both know there are a lot of very smart people that can't find their way out of paper bags, right? What I found is, in my own experience, is the number one ingredient is hunger. If somebody's got a hunger that doesn't go away, not a hunger to lose some weight for the summer, I'm talking about hunger to be more, to do more, to create more, to become something, to give something that matters. That kind of hunger that doesn't go away. That's what you see in, I'm sure you know Richard Branson. He's a good friend, Richard is 74 years old and he has the same hunger as he did when he was 16 starting Virgin in a crypt. You know what I mean? That's there. Anybody who has that component that's alive in them is going to succeed. And hunger, though, usually comes from not having things go so well.
No one's coming. No one. No one's coming to push you. No one's coming to tell you to turn the TV off. No one's coming to tell you to get out the door and exercise. Nobody's coming to tell you to apply for that job that you've always dreamt about. Nobody's coming to write the business plan for you. It's up to you.
Most people who claim to be perfectionists are not perfectionists. They're actually procrastinating because they're not doing anything. It just is a socially acceptable label because the real perfectionists feel this sickness where they want to itch their skin off until the thing's done, but they are trying to get it done.
There's a lot of times that I've failed. And I mean, there's just the little things. You're trying to do a 75 hard challenge or whatever, and you get 11 days in, and you don't get day 12, and then you beat yourself up about it. And I think you gotta try and avoid doing the, one step forward, 2 step back type of thing, and not beat yourself up too much about it. You always got tomorrow.
Just work. And if you don't get what you thought you were gonna get, show up and still go to work. Because along the process, what's more important, what you acquire or who you become? And a lot of people think what they acquire is the thing that makes them who they are. No, it's who you become in the process of chasing what you want to acquire, right? Change expectation for appreciation. Extract the lessons and the blessings from the situations that didn't turn out the way you wanted them to turn out. But most importantly, man, approach it and eliminate the outcome, right? Just go for it, work, go to work.
Winnie wants to see how loyal you are to it. What are you going to do to get there and to stay there? And most people aren't. They're just, they aren't.
Why though?
It's too hard. They know what winning feels like, but what it takes to go down that unforgiving race, they don't want to do because it's just too hard.
Don't waste your life. Set your goals high. Quit thinking about what's wrong. Start thinking what's right. Love a little more, hate a little less. You have no idea what you're capable of doing. Make up your mind today, you're going to figure it out.
You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful. Start putting some pressure on. Put some pressure on yourself. Get out here and get about it.
I live by this philosophy, right, which is your excuses are valid, and that's the problem. If you verbalize or write down your excuse, you're actually 100% right. You are not lying. Your experience is true. You actually had that experience. Life isn't fair. It's easier for somebody else, and all of those things are absolutely valid. And that's the problem. The problem is, because they're valid, you take them to be a sentence on your life, and then you think the rest of your life is just, this is now the trajectory that you've got to follow. It's very difficult to go, in spite of these things, I'm going to choose a different direction anyway.
Do you actually want to do this or not? Your excuses will take everything that you ever wanted from you. Go try and accomplish something that's hard. You may win, you may lose. I'll tell you what, you'll be better, and then you're going to win.
If you were able to improve by 1% each day for an entire year, and those gains compound, you would end up 37 times better at the end of the year. And if you were to get 1% worse, you would whittle yourself almost all the way down to 0.
You have nothing to lose. Put those goals out there and think about, what am I doing today that's going to move me one step closer to that goal? Whether it's writing an email, picking up the phone, meeting someone, adding to your network, talking to a friend or a colleague about this thing that you want to do. You kind of never know where your next connection is going to come from that could help you move closer to that goal. So if you're talking about it and you're taking steps towards it, I think like that's the first one. It's just to say it out loud, or to put up a picture board and just say, this is something I really love and want to do and believe in and want to work toward.
This is to everyone who is going through tough times in your life. Please do not ever quit. Don't give up. Because the pain you go through today, the troubles you face today, the problems you face today is just a chapter in your life story. It's just a page in your life story. It's not your whole life story. Remember this. If you were to tell your life story in front of thousands and thousands of people after one day you become successful, if you were to tell a nice and a simple and a soft story, no one will be inspired with that story. The more you face troubles, the more you face problems in your life, the more tough your life becomes, your life story will be more interesting.
You must first become consistent before you can become exceptional. You're not feeling as good as you could because you're not working as hard as you know you can. And at the end of the day, no one has ever regretted trying harder.
If you're not getting past this, today, this week, this month, this year, all of a sudden a decade goes by and you're still hung up and you can't get rid of that thing. If it's holding you back from going where you want to go, maybe you should just deny the thing ever happened. And kick it in the head. Kick it off the curb. I'm done with you. I'm sick of you. I'm tired of hanging out with you. I'm tired of that thing, whatever it is, holding me back from going where I want to go.
But what's the one piece of advice
nobody cares about you is something that was never made clear to me. And I mean that in the most positive, optimistic, inspiring, motivating way. You think that everybody's paying attention. And because of that, it kind of controls how you think. And even when I was young and fearless and nothing to lose, I was still so cognizant of like, how are people going to react to this? I was so aware. And the reality is nobody gives a shit. Everybody is so focused on themselves in this world. Nobody has time for you. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you're free.
It's so much easier to figure out who you're not. And if you start eliminating the who I'm not, by sheer mathematics, you end up
moving toward
who more of what feeds you and who you are. And it's a hell of a lot easier thing to go, how can I get rid of some bullshit in my life, than it is to go, well, how do I go to my true self?
Do I want to press the accelerator more quickly, or do I want to take my foot off the fucking brake?
For me, anger was good. The more I could create an enemy, the more I wanted to go out and kill those guys. Do they disrespect me at all? You know, and did that asshole say something? Like, those are little things that can get me right in the emotional frame of mind that when I ran on the field and I said, let's fucking go.
When things go wrong, we have a rule. It's okay to be negative, but not for more than 5 minutes. Give yourself 5 minutes, set your timer on your phone. You get 5 minutes to bitch, moan, complain, cry, vent, punch a wall, whatever. And after 5 minutes, you take a deep breath and say 3 really powerful words. Can't change it. And it's simply an acknowledgement that I can't change what's already happened. So there's no value in wishing it were different.
The only way to make it feel natural is to keep going, to keep talking to them, to keep getting to know them. Let it burn, let the old story protest, and keep showing up anyway. So you're not building confidence, you're building consistency here. And that's a different game. Identity is built like muscle, through resistance, repetition, and rest.
I'm obsessed with finding myself now after and not having to prove anything to anybody other than myself and my family, you know? Really myself. And realizing that that is enough. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like giving your best is enough. And sometimes we lose track of that, you know? And yeah, so for anybody out there, you know, you're enough, man.
Hey, the beautiful thing about mistakes is it's okay for people to see you make a mistake. Just don't never let a motherfucker see you quit. You gonna watch me make mistakes, but you ain't gonna never watch me quit.
Don't you give up on your dream. I don't care if you don't have the money, and you don't have the help, and you don't have the family for it, and you don't have the background for it, and you don't have the friends for it. Don't you give up on your dream. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. It may take you twice as long. You may have to take courses and classes. You might not read as fast. You might not move as quick. You might not have as much, but don't you quit.
How you gain mental toughness, how you become the person you want to be, is constantly facing the things that you don't want to face. If you constantly run away from things that you don't want to face, how is there growth?
You are defined by what you do, not what you say you'll do. Your actions will always speak louder than your words.
Remember, only the disciplined ones are free in life. I repeat again, only the disciplined ones are free in life. If you are in discipline, you are a slave to your moods. You are a slave to your passions. The best time to plant a tree was 25 years ago. That was the best time to plant a tree. The second and the best time is today. Plant the tree of self-discipline.
Real self-worth comes from doing hard things. We keep talking about self-love. We keep talking about loving yourself, believing in yourself. That happens naturally when you go through something difficult.
Repetition is the mother of learning, and it is the father of action, making it the architect of accomplishment.
Fourth way to turn failures into success is to stay open to learning new things. Remember, at the beginning of this video, I mentioned the key to dealing with failure is learning how to turn it into success. When you treat every failure as a learning opportunity, you will be able to change your mindset from, I couldn't do it, to, I couldn't do it yet. Every time you fail, you learn something from that failure that you can take with you into your next attempt at accomplishing your goal. Remember that life is always moving forward, so keeping an open mind and being willing to learn will help you to keep up and to achieve your goals.
One of the things that we have to remember, and I think young people don't realize this, is when someone gives you a shot, when they decide to put you on a stage and give you a microphone, or if they give you a job, or if they open a door for you or make an introduction for you, you don't have to prove yourself because you've already been vetted. Somebody else has already said, I mean, you see this in new employees all the time. The company Chanel, they have this rule that I absolutely love, that new senior executives are not allowed to speak in meetings for the first 90 days of their employment. They want you to shut up and listen. And the reason they do that is because new employees so often feel they have to talk in every meeting to prove that you made the right choice to hire them. They're like, we know you're smart, we hired you.
You're constantly focused on what's missing versus what you have. You're focused on what you can't control. And there's two worlds, right? The external world, the internal world. We can't control the external world, we can influence it. The part we can control is what's going on inside of us. And that we can control what we focus on. We can control the meaning. We can decide the meaning. We're the meaning makers, and we can decide what to do. And when we make those three decisions, we're in control of our life, and all the anxiety and bullshit tends to go away, especially if we're trying to do that to serve something more than ourselves.
Let me tell you this. If you've made it through addiction or mental illness, you have something. Because a lot of people don't. If you are still kicking today, battling those demons, you have something, because a lot of people didn't wake up today because they couldn't make it. They couldn't cut it, and you fucking did.
What is the smallest thing I can do today that will make the biggest difference in your life? And so our number one tiny habit is, before you do anything, before you say anything, before you eat anything, just ask yourself, is this good for my brain or bad for it?
Just be you. Just be yourself, bro. Don't worry about what nobody else saying about you. Don't worry about what nobody else talking about. Just be you. Just be yourself. Wanna know why? Because at the end of the day, bro, they gonna have something to say about you regardless. If you're doing good, they gonna still talk about you. If you're doing bad, they gonna talk about you anyway. Man, just be you. Just be yourself. Do you, mind your own business, and don't worry about what people in the street saying about you, bro.
I welcome the fucking criticism. Because all that says is that, dude, you're doing something to impact their lives. They respond negatively because they've never done anything in their life. That's why they're a critic, never a player. Because they've never done anything, all they can do is cast votes and negativity to someone that has done it. And if you really want to avoid all the critics in your life, then do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. And you'll never get their attention. But if you are something and you're doing something, you become something, guess what? You get their attention. And that pisses them off because they can never be what you are now. So the only thing they can do to make them feel good is try to bring you the fuck down. I say thank you for that. Thank you for acknowledging the fact that I'm doing something. So I don't know who the fuck you are, but you seem to know who I am.
We decide how confident someone is within the first 200 milliseconds of hearing them speak. That means the most important word you can say really is, hey. That's it. So what does that mean? We are listening for relaxation and breath in the vocal cords. When I get nervous, I tend to go a little higher in my vocal tone. I might get a little bit more vocal fry, and I might sound a little bit more like this. Now, if I were to do the entire interview in this tone of voice, it would drive you crazy.
Absolutely, 100%.
Horrible. It's infectious. We catch it. We don't like to be around people where we could catch their anxiety. We don't want to catch their anxiety. So here's the difference. Here's how I want you to say hello. Let's try the phone first. So instead of hello, I want you to go, hello. It's still me, but I sound totally different.
Totally different.
You would treat me differently based on those two hellos. I started off by saying, your cues change how people treat you. If you speak with confidence, people are going to treat you with more respect.
What is the best advice you've ever heard or received?
Best advice is do what you love and the rest will come. Always grow, always change, like be willing to grow and change. I don't know how to apply that as a law, but I think growth is so important, and acknowledging past mistakes and growing and changing from them is really important, something I'm still learning and trying to do. But I think if we can all work on that and do that, maybe the world could be a better place.
Early on, I realized I need to focus not on what do I need to do, oh, what do I want? And I created a system called RPM. It's just 3 questions. And the first question is, what do I want? What's the result? That's the R. Because you increase the RPMs in an engine, you can get there so much faster with less effort. And then the next thing you want to know is why? What's my purpose? It's like someone says, I want to be a millionaire. Well, purpose is more powerful than the object. Why? You know, I want to provide a home for my mom. We grew up poor. There's more power in that than the object. So I need to know the object, but I got to know the purpose. And then the last part in RPM, the M is the massive action plan or the map. And so I brainstorm what are all the possibilities of what it would take to achieve this. And then the most important part is, well, I pick the 20%, they're going to give me 80% of the result. Because otherwise you get addicted to your to-do list and you can have lots of movement and no achievement. To-dos will make you crazy. What you got to shift to is outcomes, results, purposes, the why, and then a map or a massive action plan, and then tighten that baby down to what really can be accomplished.
And here's what I want to say to you. For those of you that have experienced some hardships, don't give up on your dream. As you hold on to that dream, there are moments when you're going to doubt yourself. There are rough times are going to come, but they have not come to stay. They have come to pass. It's very important for you to know that. Don't say I'm having a bad day. Say I'm having a character building day.
People should know that you never will be able to go through life without failures. Failures make us learn. Failures make you stronger. Pain makes you stronger. So I think all of that is good.
Mistakes will happen. Failure will come. And maybe you won't make it. Maybe you won't get to the top of the mountain. Maybe you will fall a few times. Maybe you will fail from time to time. But you need consistency. You can say to yourself, I was consistent. I failed, and I failed again, but I was consistent because I didn't look behind me. I just kept going forward.
Consistency, 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 man. That's the name of the game, bro. Don't get much simpler than that. If you keep going every single day and don't stop, your competition will fall off. They ain't ready for prime time. They ain't trying to really get right. They take days off, this day off, that day off. They lazy. I'm tired. No. Grind every day, one foot in front of the other, bro. And I promise you, you're gonna be lapping these folks, bro. Give it a year. Watch what happens.
Believe in yourself. Don't fear failure. Dream big. Work hard. Stay positive. Enjoy the journey.
Man, if I want to be good, I gotta wake up in the morning and I gotta do the extra work. And I gotta show up when other guys aren't. And I've gotta learn. I've gotta continue to be open to learning. But I had to take it to a new level that the other guys wouldn't. So I'm gonna go out there and compete as hard as I can. And I'm gonna treat practice like a game. And I'm gonna gain the respect of my teammates every day through my work ethic. I'm gonna work hard in the weight room. I'm gonna work hard in the film room. I'm gonna work hard to be a good student. Whatever they ask me to do, that's what I'm gonna do, to the best of my ability.
Let people be wrong about you. It is not your job to change their perception of you, and it is not your job to change their thoughts as to who you are and what you stand for. Who gives a shit what they think and who cares what they say? You gotta focus on yourself. Focus on your purpose. Focus on what you need to do today in order to achieve your goals. If you are consistently worried about them, you're never gonna grow and get anywhere. So start worrying about yourself.
If you can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen. So I see these shots, I see these sequences, and I don't shy away from them. A lot of times people believe in certain things, but they keep to themselves. They don't put it out there. If you truly believe in it, if you become vocal with it, you are creating that law of attraction and it will become reality.
Imagine if you could use pain as a fuel. Imagine if you could use the pain as a passport. Imagine if you could use the pain to push you, to condition you, to prepare you for the stages and the rooms you gotta walk into and the tables you gotta sit at and the stages you have to stand on. What if the pain can make you better? What if the pain can build muscle? What if the pain can cause you to reach higher, to leap farther, to run faster? What if the pain could help you? What if all pain isn't hurt, but it's help?
The only limitation of today is 24 hours, and it's a man-made construct
based off of the relativity, what's happened to me in my past, the bankruptcy, I've abused when I was 9. We all got the list of them. But I take those defining moments and inflection points and I give it meaning that is going to help me today and propel me to the future, protect me and promote me into a better place, a better position.
The thing about transformation is you have to do it. You've got to put in the work when nobody cares. You know, nobody cared if I practiced. Nobody cared if I worked out. I didn't have parents who are like, hey, you know, Dan, you got to go to the gym. Oh, hey, Dan, you know, go out and run some sprints. Nobody cared. If you want to transform, you have to do the work if nobody cares. There's only one person who has to care, and that's you.
The principle of getting what I want out of my life is a time-based principle, not a wealth-based principle. If you chase wealth, it eludes you. If you chase time, wealth oftentimes is the byproduct of it. Exchanging your time for the things that matter most and are the most valuable to you often brings the wealth that you ultimately want.
Remember, short steps, long vision. Everybody does it backwards now. But if you stick to short steps, long vision, paso corto, vista larga, slow but for sure, slow but for sure.
You have to tell your brain what you want because it's always listening.
I told my wife when I got with her, I said, look, I'll do anything for you except one thing. I will not give up on my dream. If I got to surrender my dream, I'd rather be alone. Because if I abandon my dream, I'll abandon you. The day we have kids, we cannot blame the kids for not going after our potential and our dreams. And I'm like, look, I'll give you anything. Monogamy, I'll never cheat on you. I'll never jack around on you. I'll take care of you. I'll provide you with a life that you can only dream of. If I got to be less than who I'm meant to be with you,
That's powerful.
can't give you that.
Imagine if you could use pain as a fuel. Imagine if you could use the pain as a passport. Imagine if you could use the pain to push you, to condition you, to prepare you for the stages and the rooms you got to walk into and the tables you got to sit at and the stages you have to stand on. What if the pain could make you better? What if the pain could build muscle? What if the pain could cause you to reach higher, to leap farther, to run faster? What if the pain could help you? What if all pain isn't hurt, but it's help?
For many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but you know what? Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough. It's just about making sure your internal dialogue and your internal belief in yourself is strong enough that can withstand the external. The external is there. You've got to accept it. You've got to embrace it. You've got to understand it and be aware of it. But don't let it seep into your internal dialogue.
I want you guys to believe. Don't just listen to me. Feel me in your soul. Believe you can win. Believe you can win. Because we only get one shot at this, Kings. We didn't come this far to come this far.
You want to have a goal that's worth failing for. Don't ask, are you worthy of the goal? Ask, is the goal worthy of you? You're trading your life for it. So we should always be going for bigger goals. And we don't go for bigger goals to get. We go for bigger goals to grow.
Consistency of work. Monday, get better. Tuesday, get better. Wednesday, get better, right? And you do that over a period of time, you know, not like 1 month or 2 months. I mean, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And then you can get to where you want to go.
No matter what happens to you, it ain't over. It ain't over. Ain't no such a thing as over. As long as God wakes you up, that means he ain't through with you yet. And if he wakes you up, you got a shot to correct it and get it right.
Nothing's ever gonna be given to you. Everything's gonna be earned. If you don't go out there and put in the work, you don't go out and put in the effort, one, you're not gonna get the results. But two, and more importantly, you don't deserve it. You didn't earn it.
I know you're tired. I know you want to give up. I know your mind is drained. I know your body feels weak. But you gotta understand, there's so much more to you. There's so much greatness to you. There's so much realness to you. Don't quit now. Go get that work done. Earn your keep on this day and conduct your business.
Your thoughts create destiny, so take control. No more wishing, no more wanting. Take control. Start visualizing and acting accordingly if you would like to transform your fucking life.
If you wake up and every day you obsess over something and you live and breathe it, and that's what you think about, that's what you do, that's what you study on and off, that's what you stay up every night grinding, and no one else even gives a flying fuck about it, it's like, you just feel like a weirdo. We agreed not to drink. We didn't do drugs. Like, we didn't date. We didn't do anything. We just literally obsess from the time we woke up to the time we went to bed. That's literally all we did.
You cannot be great if you cannot operate in chaos. That's my life. Because if you can operate in chaos, the world becomes Disneyland. Problems become scratches. I can lose my car. Somebody can blow it up. I'm gonna go have some sushi with my wife and think about the solution, not the problem.
Sometimes things are gonna be so tough. Stop fighting it. Stop trying to understand it. Just survive it. Take all that energy and just survive it. Like, bro, day by day, moment by moment, situation by situation. Like my dogs say, be where your feet are. Just survive it, right? And then you're gonna get to a place, you're gonna be on top of the mountain one day, and you're gonna say, man, I see exactly why I had to face and go through that.
If you don't give up, it's really hard to stop you. Yeah. Like if you're fucking relentless and refusing to let other people tell you who they think you are when they don't know you, yeah, it's gonna be really hard to stop that person who abides by that. Yeah. And that's what happened with me.
You only get 24 hours in a day. And the difference between Oprah and the person that's broke is Oprah uses her 24 hours wisely. That's it. Listen to me. That's it. You get 24. I don't care if you broke, you grew up broke. I don't care if you grew up rich. I don't care if you're in college, you're not in college. You only get 24 hours.
At some point in life, we're all going to struggle. And I think that's what you're getting to. We're going to be confronted with something. There's going to be some obstacles that we feel that, we can't overcome. Or when you're on your path to success, there's always going to be those roadblocks here and there. It's a part of life. And I think that's what's so rewarding when we do achieve what we achieve, is because of those failures, because of those struggles, because of those roadblocks. Anything can trigger you and to try to get you off track. Those are struggles. But at the end of the day, we're all going to struggle. I struggled, but I didn't quit. And that's what I encourage a lot of people to do. Just don't quit.
They say like 50% of businesses fail. And I think what happens for a lot of first-time business owners, they're coming out of a job. So they're coming out of an employee mindset. And I know this one guy, for example, in Phoenix, Arizona, and he decided he was going to start his own business. And he had been an employee all his life. So what's the first thing he does? He goes and rents a nice office space. Then he buys all the nice furniture. Then he gets a secretary. He hasn't made not $1, and he spends all this because he thinks that's what an entrepreneur looks like. First is go make the money first, then go rent your office. If you even need an office, start out of your home. We all started, all the entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs I know, all started out of their home. But a lot of people I see, they quit their job, they start their part-time business, and because they're struggling for money, they make bad decisions because they're just trying to find how to put money in their pocket to keep their business alive.
Whatever obstacles that you face, let them come. How can you grow if everything is easy? How can you grow if everything is handed to you? How can you truly ultimately be a leader in your life if you're not willing to go over the top and get to where you need to be? This is the time right now, ladies and gentlemen. So if you gotta suffer, suffer the right way. If you gotta hurt a little bit. If you gotta cry, wipe those tears and keep moving.
People give up right before they get what they've always wanted to get. People quit. That's your moment. That's your moment. It's not that all is lost. When you're feeling the most trapped and down and nothing can't go right, I feel like those are the moments that define you. Those are those character canon moments that are like, what am I going to do now? How do you respond to that? You're the closest to getting what you want is always the hardest.
There's no losing, only learning. There's no failure, only opportunities.
and there's no problems, only solutions. So to me, what failure is the mother of all success. If it wasn't for Michael Jordan getting cut from his 9th grade basketball team, he wouldn't have became Michael Jordan. You know, if it wasn't for, I seen an article the other day where they were talking about Oprah Winfrey and how she got fired because she wasn't good for television. You know, you got people like Walt Disney who got fired, if I'm not mistaken, from a newspaper saying he had no imagination. All they can do is learn and come back bigger, better, stronger, because all it's going to do is lead you in the right direction. See, if you're always winning, then you don't really understand what it is to win. You got to take those losses. You got to take those hits. There's got to be the valleys, the peaks, the ups, the downs. In order for you to, when it does happen, you go, wow, this is what it's all about. And not only that, it's never about making it, guys. It's always about maintaining it. That's the toughest part.
Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship.
Man, if I want to be good, I gotta wake up in the morning, I gotta do the extra work. And I gotta show up when other guys aren't. And I've gotta learn, I've gotta continue to be open to learning. But I had to take it to a new level that the other guys wouldn't. So I'm gonna go out there and compete as hard as I can. And I'm gonna treat practice like a game. And I'm gonna gain the respect of my teammates every day through my work ethic. I'm gonna work hard in the weight room. I'm gonna work hard in the film room. I'm gonna work hard to be a good student. Whatever they ask me to do, that's what I'm gonna do to the best of my ability.
Sometimes things are gonna be so tough. Stop fighting it. Stop trying to understand it. Just survive it. Take all that energy and just survive it. Like, bro, day by day, moment by moment, situation by situation, like my dogs say, be where your feet are. Just survive it, right? And then you're going to get to a place, you're going to be on top of the mountain one day, and you're going to say, man, I see exactly why I had to face and go through that.
Don't look at everything else as the problem. Look at yourself and see how you can change yourself, even how you approach people, even how you move, even how you think. When you change the way you think, you change the way you perceive the world.
When you are starting out, I think you got to find the thing that's the pain. And like, pain motivates significantly faster and stronger than pleasure does. Like, people are like, no, passion's the right way. It's like, point a gun at a family member. All of a sudden, 10 out of 10 motivation, pain. And so like, I think people should use their pain more.
Do you ever wake up and you say, I don't want to do it today?
I fight against my mind. Yes, sometimes it's happened. Our mind, it's a box of surprises, and you have to challenge yourself to be consistent. I repeat, sometimes it's hard. It's what many people say, you like to go to the gym every day. Of course, no. It's not true. Nobody likes to go to the gym every day. But you have to do it.
The journey is truly the reward. I may not be who I want to be today, but I know I can be better tomorrow, working towards who that person is to me. That's a choice for me. The wins and the losses, whether the games come and go, yes. Am I dedicated to my craft? Yes. Have I made mistakes within the business of my craft? Yes. Am I gonna make mistakes moving forward? Yes. Am I ever gonna be perfect? No, I'm joking. I'll never be perfect. But like at the same time, I'm just aware that you have to have laughter. You have to have fun in this. You have to smile. You cannot put too much pressure on yourself, because there's one life to live.
I really believe that whatever you think about and really set your mind to, anything is possible. Even if you've been through things in life, you can make it through, and you can become successful if you really just put your everything into it and really visualize it. And that's something I do every day, and I feel like I've always been that way, where I've been ahead of my time and always thinking one step ahead always.
Real self-worth comes from doing hard things. We keep talking about self-love. We keep talking about loving yourself, believing in yourself. That happens naturally when you go through something difficult.
And all I say to you is I hope you chase those dreams with a burning desire. With a burning desire, and through all the fire, and through all the flame, and through all the pain, I hope that you find happiness deep in your heart. I wish nothing but prosperity and abundance in your life. Much love.
You gotta have that mindset that quitting is not an option. Give up? Who me? Never. Stop? Who me? Never. That's for the next guy. That's for the next girl. But not me. Why? Because I don't quit. That ain't how I do it. That ain't how I roll. I never give up.
What's important to me? Working to be the best person I can be. You're gonna make mistakes, but make them and move on from them. It's just, you're a human being. It's okay to be human. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. But I don't have to go back down that lane when I've already been there. So I value my life. I value my family. I value my time. I value my health. I value my peace of mind. It's more than 3. It's everything. It's life. Yeah. We got to keep moving forward, man.
Dreams without goals are just dreams. Come on. And ultimately, they fuel disappointment. Exactly. On the road to achieving your dreams must apply discipline, but more importantly, consistency. Because without commitment, you'll never start. But without consistency, you'll never finish.
Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
It's the moments in life, the decisions you make on a moment-to-moment basis that add up to be the guy or not the guy. Tonight, I did something, that I feel more of a guy. For me, who I am, my guy.
Stand up and be a man. Make the hard decisions. Make the sacrifices. Make the unpopular decisions. And become comfortable in your own skin. And if you are not a person that you are comfortable being alone with, that is the one person in this universe that you have full power, full right, and full responsibility to change.
So while you're hurting, keep going. If you're feeling pain, keep going. If your heart is beating, keep going. If your lungs are working, keep going. But don't you dare give up. Don't you quit. You hurt, you grow, you go. And from the bottom of my heart, keep it moving and conduct your business.
See yourself as high as you possibly can see yourself, right? Who do you see yourself as? And there's no right or wrong answer. Yeah. Clarify and define your vision for yourself in the highest possible way that you can see it. Be as specific and see yourself as high as you possibly can, right? That's your first job, is to see it as high as you can see it. Be delusional even, to the point where to where your mind, right at the apex of what your mind believes is possible, maybe push past that even a little bit and define it.
Bro, what are you doing with your life, bro? What do you, I thought you said you want to be a great. I thought you said you want to be the best. But you don't act like you don't move like it. You wake up late. You sleep late. You don't study. You don't work out. You don't want this shit. And no one's gonna feel sorry for you when you don't get it. That's your problem.
If you want to be great, oh man, prepare to get up off that mat. You're gonna get knocked down over and over and over. And even when you feel like, I can't be hit this hard. Or if you're down there thinking, it's no way I can get up from this. That's when you're just starting. That's when your survival skills have to kick in, and hopefully you've trained enough in your mental preparation and really believe enough in yourself to get up.
Inch further to the goal line. And you don't want to
And what is that goal line?
The goal line is whatever it is for you. For me, I want to get through Hell Week. I want to get through Hell Week with my head up high, being strong. I don't know what the goal line is for everybody. My goal line has been very different for most people. But you're trying to find energy and strength to stay in the fight, to continue on until you get that second wind. The second wind is coming, whatever the second wind may be for you. It's coming. But what happens is we get so stressed out that the end is so far away that we just can't find another foothold or another handhold, so we jump off the cliff and we just fall.
Well, life took me somewhere unexpected. I'm unprepared. It's about 6 degrees out here, and I'm underdressed. But guess what? No one gives a f***. You gotta get the in. Sometimes life can really hijack your mind. When that happens to you, you're all f***ed up. Your goals, your ambitions, everything is out the window. In life, we all go through different things. Sometimes your girlfriend or boyfriend breaks up with you. Guess what? Get the f*** over it. They no longer want you. Maybe you failed a test in school, you worked your ass off. Guess what? You failed the test. Get over it, move past it. Learn to not let life hijack your brain. At work, you've been working your ass off for that new promotion. You don't get it, someone else does. Maybe they kiss better ass than you do. Guess what? Get over it. Life will hijack your mind if you let it. Don't allow all these things to make you a lesser person. You must own your mind. Don't let life own yours. Once you transform yourself, and even though I'm not running from myself, I'm constantly facing myself. I'm constantly battling myself. I'm not running from them anymore. I used to, but now I'm constantly battling them. So now what happens is, once you get to a point in your life where you're able to be on a podcast or be on a TV show and tell everybody how f***ed up you are, I will answer any question you want about me. Anything I did, anything bad, good, ugly, I will tell you. When you get to that point in your life, that's where your real journey begins. And you no longer have to have a small victory to keep you going. You now realize what your purpose in life is. And you realize all this is just part of it. But at first, you need all these different tactics to keep you going because you haven't figured it out yet. Once you figure out that you're in a race amongst billions of people that live in this world, you're in a race by yourself. You have a purpose, and it's your purpose, not everybody else's purpose. It is your purpose and only your purpose, and it's your race. So then you're like, hey man, I'm doing my thing. I'm doing it to the best of my ability. What's next? There's no longer these small increments to get through life. Because once you figure out why you're here, it just becomes a process. Talk about Mr. Dobbs. He's a good friend of mine still to this day. And he went into that place, man, and I knew where he was going. This is my third hell week. And I knew Sean real well, but I knew he was real arrogant. He had a serious chip on his shoulder like I do. I still do. I got to control it every now and then. And it got me in a lot of trouble sometimes. But I knew he had it. I knew that chip on your shoulder not being controlled, it will get you f***ed up, and it cost him a lot going through buds. And I saw the look. Because I once had the look when I was going through pararescue school. When something got so hard and your mind can't process the hardness, you don't know the right tools to get through something hard because you've never been challenged before. I could tell he was a superhuman, that nothing ever challenged him. But I knew, because I already been through Hell Week a couple times, I knew, don't underestimate that shit. It will find a demon and it will bring out some insecurities in you, and it did. And it was like maybe 30 hours in the Hell Week or something like that. I'm looking over at him, and I smiled at him. We're standing just like this in line, and he's getting his med check. A doctor's looking at him. It happened just to be beautiful timing. And I'm sitting there, I'm getting med checked, and I'm looking at him, and his eye says he's 1,000 yards still looking right through me. And he's getting med checked, and I'm looking at him. And before all this happened, I told him, I said, don't underestimate this man. He goes, I can't ever see myself quitting Goggins. I go, watch out. I go, this will get in your head. I go, the end is a long way away. So we're sitting there eye to eye, and he didn't see me, and I'm right in front of him. And I can tell he's thinking he has that quitting mind starting up. And I look at him, I go, I told you. I told you. And next thing I knew, man, a car pulls up, and he rolled out.
Rings the bell.
He rings the bell and he quits. But it was he's a great human being. Hard. It doesn't make you, when you quit something like that, man, it's a huge lesson learned that I can't go into anything thinking that there's nothing that's not going to get in my way. You got to be prepared for all those obstacles.
When I picked up your book, the thing I loved about it is the amount of effort that you've been through to give us. I'm sure this was suffering too, like writing this book. The amount of effort that you've been through to actually give us detail on your life.
We all have different things in our life that have scarred us. We want to act like those scars don't exist. So those scars, like, if you go out and you get cut, that scar is going to be there on your arm. You can go down and look at that cut and say, or that scar and say, that happened from, I was in the kitchen, or what happened. We have the same thing on our brain. I have all these scars on my brain from growing up, from, being abused, from suffering through life, from having a learning disability, from stuttering, from having just a really bad childhood. And so all those memories either cut open that scar
and go into it. And that was a hard process for me to do. Not only was that a hard process for me to do, for me to have the courage to share that with people, you know, because I'm the so-called toughest man on the planet, so they think. So for me to break open that shell and tell people, hey, that wasn't always me. You know, it's hard to do, you know, it's hard to do. So it was a tough process. Throughout this journey, I started becoming this new person. I started creating this new person. And people started seeing me as this amazing superhero. In the back of my mind, I knew the real story. And I was like, man, one day you have to really share it. I'm like, man, but do you have the courage? You know, like, it's great to live right here. I've established this. People think you're great. Just stay here. Don't go back. Let's not go back. But the only way you can help people out is let them know that this is possible. So I had to go back and say, this is where I come from.
Yeah.
And where I come from is hell. All that shit that I went through in my life to get here today, it is tattooed. It is tattooed in my brain. Every day I wake up, I am constantly battling that person that is like, man, you know, back in the day, this happened to you, man. You know, like, you got called nigger so many times, and your dad beat the shit out of you, man. And, you know, you couldn't read in this daggone junior year. All these things start to creep up, even now where you're at today. Every day you're having to constantly battle. It's not as bad as it used to be by any means, right. But that person's still there. That person always lives. And that's the point about you have to continue to always challenge yourself every day. The one thing I'm most scared of in the world is losing touch with the best thing in the world is your mind. Your mindset, how you can picture yourself, how you can focus, how you can drive, how you can put yourself in so many situations, get out of it. Because those headphones we listen to, those phones that we Google to find information, there's so many situations in my life where that shit is not gonna help me. It's not gonna help me.
And you're able to just turn that off.
So fast, because I know what's helped me. None of that stuff has ever helped me. Mm-hmm. None of that stuff's ever helped me. What has helped me has been me alone, getting my shit together and being accountable for who I'm not and who I want to be. It's the only thing that's helped me. I coach a lot of people nowadays, billionaires, who call me on the phone and say, man, I'm still missing something. It's because they did what they were good at. And they have this beautiful family, 2-3 houses, cars, everything. Has everything in the world. On the outside looking in, like, my God, man, how can you be unhappy? I walk around with a backpack with all my stuff in it, with no car. Right. And I walk around happiest person in the world. Have nothing. Happy as hell. It's because I found out the whole key to life. It's not in all that. You have to face yourself. So many people live to be 100 years old and they die miserable, having everything, because they never examined. I call it my live autopsy. You never examine this. Happiness, peace, enlightenment, it's all up here, man. It's all up here. If I start talking like this, people go, man, you know, no. It's the truth, man.
Yeah, it is true.
It's all up here. You just gotta be willing to go and face it. And that's the hard part. I wanted to become a Navy SEAL. I wanted people to push me outside of my comfort zone every day. You know, and I thought this was gonna be the absolute best platform to do that. These guys, the stories I heard, after Buds, it just gets harder. And I didn't see it that way.
Because Buds is just to become the SEAL.
That's right. I'm like, my God, I can't imagine what the fuck's gonna happen. But what happens to a lot of people, not everybody, can't speak for everybody, I don't know everybody. Buds breaks people down to the point where you don't want to be broken down again like that. To me, that was exactly the exact starting point for my journey in life. That was the starting point for me. For a lot of people, it's the finish line. And I didn't see it that way for me. So that's where I started becoming uncommon amongst uncommon people, is where I started realizing that you put people on a pedestal that you shouldn't. That you gotta get in there yourself and examine people. See what it's really about yourself. So once I got in there and realized, hey, these are just normal people. Yeah, they're a lot better than some. They're able to get through. I know a lot of people who can get through Navy SEAL training. But, you know, there's a lot of mystique behind all that stuff. And as you start to go through and you start to break it open a little bit, you know, a lot of hard guys, but, you know, I wanted more.
You once said that
if you were growing up in this generation that you would have a field day because you would take their souls. What did you mean by that?
The younger generation quits. Not everybody. So I gotta put that. People get their butt hurt. So not everybody. Most of this generation quits the second they get talked to. You did this wrong, or they get yelled at. It's so easy to be great nowadays because everybody else is, most people are weak. This is a softened generation. So if you have any mental toughness, any ability, if you have any fraction of self-discipline, the ability to not want to do it but still do it. People have a hard thing to understand. I hate to run. And what makes me so crazy, it doesn't anymore, is people go, well, why do you run if you hate it? What are you talking about? I don't want to take showers and eat either. I hate that too. That's a life, man. It wasn't until I changed that mentality that I became somebody. I hated going to school, so guess what? I was dumb as shit. That's what, 1 + 1 is 2. But if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. That's what people don't understand. By me running, I am callous in my mind. I'm not training for a race. I'm training for life. I'm training for the time when I get that 2 o'clock in the morning call that my mom is dead or something happens tragic in life. I don't fall apart. I'm training my mind and my body and my spirit so it's all one, so I can handle what life is going to throw at me. Because the life I've lived, it throws a whole bunch at you. And if you're not physically and mentally prepared for that, you're just going to crumble and you're good for nobody.
Talk to me about what it takes to be